I think we'll have a civil war in my kid's lifetime, he said. It was a toss-off comment while watching the news as he got ready to leave for work. His kids running around before they leave too. He works on a National Guard post, so he has access to some state thought leaders. Even if he says they have some national sway, I always dismiss that when talking to folks from this state. Our politicians like to play up our role in everything, as if we were a crossroads at the heart of a country and not a state divided by an interstate drawn straight across the middle to make us Missouri, South and North Louisiana overstated, is the first thought that pops into my head almost every time someone tells me how important we are. In football, Woo Pig, or politics, Banana Republic, or the national stage, we did create Walmart in the Ozark Mountains in Missouri South, and we feed the world with Tyson chickens, and haul the Yardbirds to the store with J.B. Hunt trucks. We have a lot of billionaires in North and South, but most of them live in other states, even if they are from here, Nepo babies that inherited the B, or came into it by virtue of their daddies and granddaddies building things. The stocks just growing over time, and somehow their decision not to sell those stocks has anointed them as business leaders. But as a state, we hold steady in the 49-50 spot. So all that largesse and philanthropy and taking as much of the federal dole as we can get away with and still not call it welfare hasn't done us much good, except in our minds, where we think we matter a whole lot more than we maybe do. So weekend warriors lounge around and wonder if war is on the horizon, between left and right and over who's most wrong and where the money got spent and gone, but not me. I don't think we're headed for a fight with each other. I think we're being distracted, on accident or on purpose, all to a purpose. The newscasters cry crocodile tears that we're in a cartel war, blowing up boats and innocent drug runners from Venezuela who are just trying to make money. Even if their product makes the death toll from 9/11 look like an outlier blip in the how they died data. I think we're probably headed for a quieter kind of war, where bad men hit soft targets by driving into buildings and shooting 5 to 10 at a time, or pulling out pistols in crowded nightclubs and emptying the clip in random directions. Yes, it only kills 3 or 5 or just a few more. But add it all up and it's an atrocity every couple of days. To keep the news cycle fed and keep us worried and guessing and scared and defiant, holding up a fist and declaring they won't win by making us afraid to live. 3 dead here and 6 dead there in churches and schools and nightclubs and parades. Until the end of the year, the total is tallied, and we find out that it's 10K plus KIA in an undeclared war. And that conflict will stretch for a decade because while we refocused on the Caribbean War, we still have bodies coming across the southern border from our ally in Mexico, where cartels are a protected resource of the Mexican politician, and a few more stowaways in ports in Seattle and over into Canada and down through the UP in Michigan, or stepping through the tree line in Maine, in singles and pairs and packed with ill intent to sow discord. And you wonder, how the hell can you fight that kind of battle? We've got the top 3 air forces in the world, the best made and most effective Navy, and our Army is amazing. You got a problem and need a sledgehammer to solve it, send in the Marines. But those tools are ineffective in a new kind of conflict where it's done by 3S and 5S and waged online and in the news and on street corners where drug addicts stand frozen like statues or shuffle like zombies. Sleeping on sidewalks and copping squats in gutters and all protected expression and behavior by the ACLU. Because God forbid we have any standards for life. He said, I think we'll have a civil war in my kid's lifetime. And I thought, brother, we've been in that war for what feels like forever. Like a lot of people from Arkansas, though, I'm smart enough to know a few solutions.